Toni Braxton, the legendary R&B singer known for her soulful hits like Unbreak My Heart, is back in the headlines. But this time, it's not about her music, it's about her intriguing relationship with rapper and music mogul Birdman. For years, fans have speculated about the nature of their romance. Are they engaged? Are they secretly married? Or is there more to the story? Stay tuned and subscribe as we dive into the timeline of their relationship and uncover the truth behind the rumors. Toni Braxton and Birdman, whose real name is Brian Williams, the powerful hip-hop mogul behind Cash Money Records, may seem like an unexpected couple. But their love story has been years in the making, built on a deep friendship that blossomed into romance. Their journey together started long before they were romantically linked. Back in 2002, they collaborated on Birdman's song Baby You Can Do It, a smooth, catchy track that showcased their chemistry. At the time, they were simply friends and professional collaborators, but their bond was undeniable. For years, Toni and Birdman remained close, supporting each other in their careers and personal lives. But in 2016, their relationship took a romantic turn. That year was a difficult one for Toni. She had been battling lupus, an autoimmune disease that causes extreme fatigue, pain, and other serious health issues. Living with lupus was challenging, and she needed strong emotional support. Birdman stepped in, providing comfort and stability during her toughest times. Toni later admitted that Birdman had been her rock, always making sure she was okay and standing by her side when she needed him most. This unwavering support strengthened their bond, and soon, their friendship evolved into something deeper. Toni and Birdman kept their romance private at first, but in 2016, they made their first public appearance as a couple at the BET Awards. Fans were shocked but also excited to see them together. Their relationship was unexpected, but their connection was undeniable. For years, Toni had been known for her elegance and soulful music, while Birdman had built his empire in the rough world of hip-hop. Their worlds seemed so different, yet they fit together perfectly. Sometimes, love comes from the most unexpected places. That's exactly what happened to Toni Braxton when her longtime best friend of over 15 years, Birdman, suddenly became something more. In 2018, 2 years into their romance, Toni opened up about their surprising relationship, admitting that she never expected to date, let alone marry, Birdman. Toni shared with People magazine that Birdman had attended many significant events in her life, including her baby showers, plays, and shows. At the time, she never imagined they would end up dating or getting married. For over a decade, Birdman had been a constant presence in her life, not as a romantic partner, but as a true friend. Whenever she had a show, he was there. When she had big moments in her life, he showed up. And when she was battling lupus, he stayed by her side, proving that he truly cared. Toni recalled how, during one of the toughest times in her health journey, Birdman would come to every single one of her shows and check in on her. Every night he would ask her, "Are you okay? Are you good?" That kind of consistency and care meant the world to her. And then, one day, everything changed. Birdman finally decided to make his feelings known. He told Toni that he had always liked her, but she was completely caught off guard. She was like, he never told her. His response? Simple and honest. "Well, you were married." For all those years, Birdman had been watching from a distance, respecting her relationships, but secretly admiring her the whole time. He told her he was always digging you. That moment was a revelation for Toni. Here was a man who had supported her, cared for her, and been there through everything, not just as a friend, but as someone who had loved her all along. What started as a deep friendship built on trust and loyalty slowly blossomed into a love story that neither of them saw coming. And just like that, Toni and Birdman's relationship went from years of silent admiration to a romance that would capture the attention of fans everywhere. In February 2018, Toni Braxton shocked fans when she confirmed that she and Birdman were engaged after 2 years of dating. The big reveal came in the trailer for the new season of her family's hit WeTV reality show, Braxton Family Values. Fans were thrilled. Toni, the R&B legend, and Birdman, the tough-talking rap mogul, seemed like an unexpected but perfect match. Their relationship had started as a deep friendship and transformed into something romantic, and now they were headed toward marriage. But just as quickly as their engagement made headlines, rumors of trouble started swirling. By early 2019, the couple revealed that they no longer had plans to tie the knot. Their engagement had quietly ended, leaving fans wondering what went wrong. During an episode of Braxton Family Values, Toni finally opened up about the breakup. She admitted that she was the one who called things off with Birdman. She reflected on their relationship with a hint of regret, saying, "They probably just should have eloped a long time ago. They would probably still be together." That one statement revealed a lot. It suggested that outside pressures, life complications, or even indecision may have kept them from moving forward. Did Toni's fear of marriage play a role? In past interviews, Toni had openly admitted to having fears about marriage. She had already been married once before to musician Carrie Lewis, and their divorce had been difficult. She often talked about how she struggled with commitment anxiety and hesitation when it came to tying the knot again. Birdman, on the other hand, seemed ready to settle down. He even told Wendy Williams in a 2018 interview that he would marry her today if she said yes. But the wedding never happened. Both Toni and Birdman have busy careers and demanding lives. Toni has her music, her reality show, and her health struggles with lupus, while Birdman has his empire at Cash Money Records. Their worlds are completely different, one built around R&B ballads and the other around hip-hop hustle. In relationships, timing is everything. Sometimes, even when two people love each other deeply, life circumstances can pull them apart. Toni Braxton has always been known for her soulful voice and deep emotions, but when it came to her engagement to Birdman, it seems like her heart and mind weren't on the same page. In a raw and heartfelt conversation with her sister, Trina, Toni opened up about her doubts. Toni Braxton acknowledged that she might have experienced cold feet when it was time to move forward with marriage. She struggled to articulate her feelings, expressing uncertainty about the situation. She also reflected on the possibility that she had found happiness, but was unsure how to embrace it. It was a powerful statement. Was Toni afraid of marriage, or was she afraid of true happiness? During a teaser for Braxton Family Values, Toni made a shocking statement to her family: maybe she's not engaged anymore. Her sisters, who had been excited for her wedding, were caught completely off guard. They pushed for answers, but Toni wasn't ready to give them. Toni Braxton avoided discussing the details, vaguely referring to a little trouble in paradise. She then reflected on her experience with a deep and poetic thought, noting that being on the beach does not necessarily mean being in paradise, a lesson she had come to understand. It was clear that, despite their deep love, something had gone wrong. Toni later sat down for a private interview and shared why she wasn't ready to talk about her breakup with Birdman. She explained things are always very different in public versus private life. Being a celebrity couple meant that every little detail of their relationship was being examined under a microscope. Every disagreement, every change in their plans, it was all magnified by the public eye. Her statement indicated that she was still coming to terms with the situation, emphasizing that she would share more details when the time felt right. Toni Braxton has always been a private person, especially when it comes to her love life. But even her own sisters were shocked and confused when she finally revealed that her engagement to Birdman was in trouble. During a recent episode of Braxton Family Values, Toni's sister Trina couldn't hide her surprise. She admitted that she and the rest of the family knew just as little about Toni's relationship as the fans watching at home. Trina said Toni has been so secretive about her relationship, and she is now letting the cat out of the bag. And it's not exactly good news. Toni's decision to keep her relationship so private had always been a mystery to her sisters. But now, it was becoming clear something was wrong, and Toni wasn't ready to talk about it yet. Despite her curiosity, Trina decided not to press Toni for details. "You know what? I'm not going to push the issue right now," she said. She knew from personal experience that sometimes people just need time to work through their feelings. She knows what it feels like to just need time to yourself to process your personal issues. Trina's response was a mix of love, support, and concern. She didn't want to push Toni too hard, but at the same time, she couldn't ignore the fact that her sister was clearly struggling. Toni's deeply private nature made her relationship with Birdman one of the biggest mysteries in the family. Even though they had been together for years, her sisters never knew all the details. Some fans believe that Toni was trying to avoid outside pressure. With her family, fans, and the media all watching closely, she might have felt like keeping things private was the best way to protect her relationship. Others think that she was protecting her heart. She had been through a lot of heartbreak in the past, and she may have been afraid of being judged if things didn't work out. Toni Braxton, the iconic R&B singer, has experienced the ups and downs of love, family, and career throughout her life. One chapter of her personal life that garnered much attention was her marriage to musician Carrie Lewis. Their relationship was not only a love story, but also one filled with growth, challenges, and the shared joy of raising a family. Toni first met Carrie Lewis in the late 90s when his band, Mint Condition, opened for her on tour. They were two music stars who were drawn to each other, and their connection quickly blossomed. What started as a professional relationship soon turned into something more, and they became a couple. Their shared love for music and their similar lifestyle helped them form a bond that would lead to a lifetime commitment. On April 21, 2001, Toni Braxton and Carrie Lewis tied the knot, marking the beginning of their life together. The couple seemed to have it all: love, careers, and soon, the joy of starting a family. In December 2001, just months after their marriage, Toni gave birth to their first child, Diesel, Kentucky. The couple was overjoyed to welcome their baby boy, and it seemed like their happiness was just beginning. However, life had more surprises in store. In 2002, while Toni was preparing for the release of her fourth studio album, she found out she was pregnant with their second child. The pregnancy, however, wasn't without complications. Toni was forced to go on bed rest to ensure the safety of her unborn baby. Despite these challenges, she pushed through and gave birth to their second son, Denham Cole, in 2003. Raising two young boys came with its own set of challenges, but Toni and Carrie were determined to provide their children with love and stability. Toni's devotion to her children became even more evident when Diesel was diagnosed with autism. The diagnosis was a turning point for Toni, and she became deeply involved in supporting causes that helped families with children on the autism spectrum. In particular, she became an advocate for Autism Speaks, a prominent organization dedicated to raising awareness and supporting families affected by autism. Toni's involvement in the cause was personal, as she wanted to ensure that her son received the resources and support he needed. Her work with Autism Speaks also made her an international spokesperson, using her platform to help others facing similar challenges. Despite their best efforts, Toni and Carrie's marriage began to face difficulties, and in November 2009, Toni announced that the couple had separated. The split was a difficult decision for both of them, especially after the years of happiness and struggles they had shared together. But like many relationships, sometimes life changes in ways that are unexpected, and they realized it was time to go their separate ways. The couple's divorce was finalized in July 2013, officially ending their 12-year marriage. While their relationship came to an end, they remained dedicated to co-parenting their two sons and keeping their family as strong as possible for their children's sake. Even after her divorce, Toni Braxton has continued to excel in her career and remained a loving mother to her sons, Diesel and Denham. She has been open about the challenges of her personal life, but her strength and resilience have always shone through. Toni has never been one to shy away from talking about her experiences, including her health battles. In August 2007, rumors began circulating that Toni had been diagnosed with breast cancer. These rumors were a shock to many of her fans, as Toni had always been known for her vibrant energy and commanding stage presence. However, Toni quickly spoke out to set the record straight. She told Access Hollywood that the breast cancer rumors were false, assuring her fans that her health was actually in great condition. For a moment, This brought a sense of relief to her fans, who had been worried about the potential truth behind the rumors. Despite this reassurance, the reality of Toni's health took an unexpected turn. In 2008, Toni had to undergo a medical procedure to have a benign lump removed from her breast. Although the lump was non-cancerous, it was still a moment of vulnerability for the singer. The procedure was a reminder that even public figures like Toni, who seem invincible in the eyes of their fans, face health concerns just like anyone else. In the spring of 2008, things took another unexpected turn when Toni was briefly hospitalized. This was near the end of her 2-year run at the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, where she had been performing a highly successful show. Unfortunately, this health setback forced her to cancel some of the remaining scheduled performances. The planned shows were supposed to end on August 23, 2008, but they never happened due to her hospitalization. Fans who had been eagerly awaiting the final dates of her show were disappointed, but Toni's health was her top priority, and she needed time to recover. It was clear that Toni's health was still in question, and her brief hospitalization was a sign that she needed to take a step back from her demanding career to focus on her well-being. During this time, it became apparent that she was dealing with more than just a simple health scare. While she was appearing on Season 7 of Dancing with the Stars in 2008, Toni revealed something that few knew at the time. She shared that she had been diagnosed with microvascular angina, a condition also known as small vessel disease. This condition affects the heart and is characterized by pain or discomfort in the chest due to problems with the small arteries that supply blood to the heart. It was a surprising and worrying revelation for her fans, as heart problems were something many didn't expect from the star. Toni's diagnosis of microvascular angina meant that she would need to take extra care of her heart health. This condition can cause chest pain, shortness of breath, and fatigue, making it difficult for Toni to maintain her high-energy performances. Toni faced yet another personal challenge when she revealed in November 2010 that she had been diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus, a serious autoimmune disease. This condition was particularly emotional for Toni, as her uncle had tragically passed away due to complications from lupus. In December 2012, while filming her reality series Braxton Family Values, Toni was hospitalized in Los Angeles due to what was described as minor health issues related to lupus. It was a stark reminder that despite her glamorous life and successful career, she was still living with a potentially life-threatening condition. Yet, even with this condition, Toni's resilience shone through. She didn't let the diagnosis define her. Instead, she worked hard to manage her health while continuing to pursue her career and raise awareness about the condition. In 2023, fans were buzzing with excitement and speculation when rumors surfaced that Toni Braxton and Birdman had secretly tied the knot. The R&B legend and the hip-hop mogul had been the subject of much attention ever since they started dating years ago. Their relationship, filled with ups and downs, had intrigued fans, and the idea that they might have gotten married in secret was too intriguing to ignore. However, Toni Braxton was quick to shut down these rumors. In a clear and straightforward statement, she made it clear that she and Birdman had never married. In fact, she clarified that the two were no longer an item at all. Toni said, "There are no secrets in her love life. She and Birdman are not married. They've never been married. They are both single." Her words were a sharp response to the swirling rumors and put an end to the speculation that they had quietly tied the knot. Toni and Birdman's relationship had always been a roller coaster ride. The pair had been dating on and off since their engagement, leaving fans and the media confused about their true relationship status. It was never clear whether they were back together or just close friends. Their emotional connection seemed strong, yet their commitment to each other seemed to fluctuate over time. In November 2023, the rumors about Toni and Birdman's relationship took a new turn when Toni shared a photo on her Instagram that showed her and Birdman sharing a kiss. The post, which quickly gained attention, seemed to suggest that they were back together. However, Toni soon deleted the post, leading to even more questions from fans. For many, the deleted Instagram photo fueled the idea that Toni and Birdman were still involved romantically. After all, what was the meaning of the kiss if they weren't a couple anymore? Fans couldn't help but wonder if there was still something between the two of them, despite Toni's official statements to the contrary. While Toni never publicly explained exactly when she and Birdman parted ways for good, it's clear that their love story had reached its end. Even after their engagement ended, Toni and Birdman remained close. They've been spotted together multiple times, fueling speculation that they may still have feelings for each other. Toni has always spoken highly of Birdman, calling him her best friend and one of the kindest people she knows. And Birdman has never hidden the fact that he adores Toni. So, is their story truly over? Or is there still a chance for them to find their way back to each other? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Toni Braxton and Birdman's love story has been anything but ordinary.